Let's talk about future investing. Let's also discuss hedge funds and artificial intelligence. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to talk about the most successful hedge fund manager of all time. It's a guy named Jim Simmons who founded Renaissance Technology, which has averaged an annual return of actually more than 60% every single year, okay, since the 1980s. It's unbelievable. And even in 2008, his flagship fund was actually up 98%. And that was in a year when the S&P 500 was down close to 40%. And last year, his fund was up 76%. So how does this guy do it? How does he do it, and what can we learn from him when we invest? Well, Jim leveraged his passion for mathematics at Berkeley, and he actually worked for the NSA as a Cold War code breaker. Then what he did was he started teaching math, and his lifelong mission is how do we make better math teachers in America? I love this guy. And so in order to create charities to help students learn math, he needed a lot of money to fund his charities. So what he did was in 1982, in a strip mall in Long Island, he started hedge fund Renaissance Technologies. And Renaissance Technologies uses artificial intelligence-based math equations to pick and trade stocks. So basically what his computers do is they use lots of data and they look for non-random, normally distributed patterns, and then they pick stocks. And so we all know that if you look at a lot of data, you can actually find if the data is random or not, right? So that's normal distribution. It works with data sets. And a lot of people on Wall Street make a fortune analyzing stuff using normal distribution, which I'll talk about in a second. But when he analyzes lots of data, his computers, what they'll do is they'll look for normally distributed patterns. So, for example, if his computers notice that it's raining more than it usually does in certain locations, then the computers short restaurant stocks as fewer people go out to eat when it's raining. And his computers are also set up like a casino, right? And by the way, these props here I'm going to be using to teach about options in my upcoming Complete Options course. But his computers won't try to make a killing on a single trade. But just like a slot machine, which are called Arm Bandits, he only wants very small bets. So statistically, he only has to be right about 51% of the time with millions and millions of different trades. Now, his computers have made over $100 billion from profits. And as I mentioned, since the 80s, his funds are up over 60% on average every year. Now, if you make a ton of smaller bets using options and you use the beauty of mathematics to analyze probabilities, then you can make a killing. And Renaissance loves to hire people not from the finance industry, as he hires plenty of physicists and mathematics scholars. Now, if you patiently take the time to analyze historical stock market data and implied volatility versus historical volatility, and you look at the probabilities of being able to make money, then I think there is a massive future opportunity for you to do just that, leveraging math, artificial intelligence, and options writing to collect small premiums. And the issue with many investors is many of us try to make a killing on a single trade. If you do that, then that's the antithesis of making small bets. Like you'll notice when you go to a casino, casinos usually don't let you make massive bets. They want to make a little bit of money over time. It's all math. And that's how Jim Simmons runs his hedge fund as well. And if you really, really do take the time to analyze historical stock movements and options, then with patience and the mentality of hitting mini singles, okay, instead of home runs, right? If you hit mini singles, then like casinos, you can create a great living doing that. Then what you can do is you can think about creating your own artificial intelligence-based algorithms to feed many data inputs into your algorithm to analyze data and profit immensely from it, okay? Nickels and dimes, right? We go for singles and doubles, not home runs. And I know that sounds like a stretch, but if you take the time to build a mining computer and you download mining software to mine cryptocurrencies, and then if you learn Python or other top programming languages, which you can do online for a low fee, And given the fact that the cost of processing power and data warehouses continues to plummet through Amazon Web Services, etc., then you can also start your own Renaissance technologies. Whether or not you think you can do it, you're right.